Hey there guys, today I'm going to be reviewing one of my favourite books in the biohacking sphere, Toxic by Neil Nathan. Honestly, one of my favourite books that I've read in the last 3 or 4 years. And it starts off with Neil Nathan criticising modern medicine for its obvious problems, the fact that a lot of doctors mistreat patients and don't really look into the real problems that are causing the worldwide health epidemic, poor health epidemic. And he focuses a lot on mold toxicity, mycotoxins, and it's probably one of the first books I've read that's properly gone through Babesia, Bartonella, and Borrelia, and those are co-infections that I've struggled with in the past. It's really nice that a doctor has actually finally written something that can be good, serve as good guidance for those people dealing with those issues. And I found that a lot of modern day health books, they focus a lot on food, but not enough on mold, EMF, parasites, mycotoxins. And this was one of the first books which I think did that in a clear and cohesive way, which someone that isn't from a biochemistry background can really understand. And I find this to be really invaluable to those on the biohacking scene. There are some points in the book which I didn't really like. I think mainly there was a lack of information on certain topics. Like I think they could have gone in more detail into Bartonella cleansing, with parasite cleansing, which usually goes hand in hand with dealing with Babesia, Bartonella, and Borrelia. Could have done more on EMF mitigation. Mentions the problem of EMF, but doesn't really talk that much about ways to mitigate it. And could have spent a bit more time talking about heavy metals and how to detox from them. He mentioned sauna briefly, but I think he could have gone more into detail there, and he could have linked how saunas can actually help from mold and mycotoxin detoxification, which I would have liked him to see him do. I don't really like him endorsing SSRIs. He did that in one chapter in the book when he talked about depression. I think that those things can really do a lot of damage, especially to the gut biome, and sometimes can even permanently hurt people. But altogether, negatives aside, I'm being quite picky when I review this. But this is one of the best books I've read on biohacking currently. But the way he goes through mold detoxing is really useful. He lists a lot of good supplements that people can take, which I found to be really good, clear guidance. A lot of the books out there on mold and EMF are a little bit too complicated at the moment to understand, and especially on Babesia and Bartonella, because these diseases are relatively unknown, but actually in the medical sphere, it's really nice for someone to actually spend time clearly conveying a protocol for dealing with them. And all in all, I think that if you've been on a biohacking journey for a few years, this is a really useful book for you to take your knowledge to the next level. But if you are new to the biohacking scene, this can be very overwhelming for some people, and you have to really have an open mind when going into this book, because it really does flip medicine on its head and basically tells you a lot of things and a lot of the issues brought about in conventional modern medicine have been basically lies. So yeah, you have to have a real open mind when reading this book, but altogether totally worth it, and I would recommend it to anyone with an open mind, anyone with a passion for biohacking and health. I think that even though there are some parts of it which are a bit complicated with the biochemistry, it still can be, anyone with reasonable level of intelligence can understand stuff in this book, given that it's laid out so clearly. All in all, great book, really recommend it, and thanks for watching.